Artificial intelligence. It's everywhere, right? But what about in the games we play every single day? Turns out it's this kind of invisible force, this unseen player that's completely changing the game. And today, we're gonna pull back that curtain and see what's really going on. All right, just think about this for a second. What if the characters in your favorite game weren't just, puppets on a string? What if they actually felt alive? Like they could think for themselves, react to what you do, and even remember the choices you make. Well, here's the thing. That's not some sci-fi dream. It's actually happening right now. AI is kind of the secret sauce that's making the games we play today feel so much more alive, so much more unpredictable, and way more personal than they've ever been. Okay, so let's break this down. First, we're gonna look at the AI that you can actually see, the stuff you interact with as a player. The code that's literally shaping your experience second by second. So, a huge piece of this puzzle is what we call dynamic NPCs, non-player characters. And no, we're not talking about that classic shopkeeper who just repeats the same line over and over again. These are characters built from the ground up to actually react to you. It's what makes the game world feel less like a set piece and more like a real living place. And the difference is, honestly, it's night and day. On the one hand, you've got the old scripted characters, right? They walk the same path, say the same lines, totally predictable. But with AI, now you've got characters who can react, adapt, and actually surprise you. It's like the difference between playing with a puppet and playing with a partner. But hey, it goes way beyond just the characters. AI is also the secret force that's tailoring the entire game to you. There's this thing called adaptive difficulty, where the game can tell if you're having a tough time and maybe ease up a bit, or if you're just crushing it, it'll crank up the heat. And then you have procedural worlds, where AI literally builds parts of the game on its own. So every time you log in, the world can be a little different. How cool is that? Okay, so that's the AI we see on our screens. But what about the AI behind the screen? Turns out it's becoming this just absolutely revolutionary tool for the developers, the people actually building these worlds. And it's creating this brand new way of working, this really powerful partnership between human and machine. So a designer might start with just a simple idea, like a line of text or a rough sketch. Then the AI comes in and does all the heavy lifting, generating these incredible 3D scenes or animations. And then the human designer jumps back in to add that final polish, to refine it and make it perfect. And listen, this isn't just some in the future idea, it's happening today. Developers have AI bots playing their games around the clock, finding bugs way faster than any human ever could. You've got tools like Promethean and Cascador that can spit out entire game worlds or super realistic animations. And AI voice synthesis, it's letting small indie teams create these massive, story-driven games with tons of dialogue, something that used to only be possible for huge studios. So we've seen what AI is doing in games today, for both the players and the creators. But now, let's look ahead. Let's talk about the next level, because this is where things get really wild. Just let this sink in for a second. Imagine a game that creates its own story as you play. We are not talking about picking option A or option B from a menu. We're talking about a story that literally writes itself, in real time, based on every single thing you do. And again, this isn't science fiction. There are already games out there, like AI Dungeon, that are pioneering this. You can just type in whatever you want to do, anything you can imagine, and the AI just rolls with it, spinning a completely unique story for you on the fly. It's incredible. So, where does this all lead? Well, it's leading to a future where you can have a real, unscripted conversation with a character in a game. A future where a developer can just say, hey, give me a dense, ancient jungle with a hidden temple, and poof, the AI just builds it. This is the age of generative AI, and it's right around the corner. Okay, but with all of this incredible power comes a whole new rulebook and some really, really tough questions, creative questions, ethical questions that the entire industry is trying to figure out right now. And this really gets to the heart of the debate. On one side, you have people saying AI is this amazing tool that helps small teams, makes everything faster, and takes care of the boring stuff so humans can focus on being creative. But on the other side, there's a real fear that it's a threat, that it'll cost people their jobs, steal art without giving credit, and just cheapen human creativity. And you know what? Both sides are making some really good points. And this isn't just some abstract argument, it's already causing problems in the real world. I mean, not too long ago, you had these indie developers, people who poured years of their life into creating beautiful, hand-drawn art getting absolutely attacked online by players who just assumed it was made by AI. It really shows you how deep the distrust can run and the kind of friction this whole thing is causing. And that brings us to the big final question that I want to leave you with. When a game is made, or even partially made, by an AI, who's the author? Is it the person who wrote the code, the artist who typed in the prompt, or is it the AI itself? There is no easy answer here, but it's a question we're all going to have to wrestle with as AI becomes, well, maybe the most important player in the whole game.